Hey there everyone, and welcome to another Factorio Mod Spotlight. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for joining me for this one today. And we're going to be going over a brand new janky quality type mod. And I say janky quality type, I did do a Mod Spotlight on the actual janky quality mod quite a while ago, about when we started the 2.0 sim that simulates the quality aspect coming in 2.0. Well, finally we have a mod that is simulating the electromagnetic plant. So this is the janky electromagnetic plant. And it is kind of janky, mostly I think just in its graphics. It's basically just a recolored assembler that's upscale a little bit because it is a slightly larger building. Now for the icon, the graphic is great and matches pretty much what they show in the Friday Facts, but in the actual sprite itself, that's not come to fruition yet. But if you do want to play with this, that will basically be what the EMP plant in the expansion will be, then this is the mod for you. There's also one made by the same person for the Foundry. I think it's a little bit more unfinished, so I'm waiting longer to go over it. But this is really nice. So just very quick rundown if you didn't see that Friday Facts or my video on it. Basically, in 2.0, in the expansion, there's a new machine coming from one of the planets that is the EMP plant. And it has a craft speed of 2, which is what this matches. Another huge thing about it is that it has a built-in productivity of 50%. So this is just an inherent bonus. And this is going to be the same for the Foundry as well, and presumably the other buildings you may unlock on the planets, if they're the same similar type of thing. But on top of that, the huge, huge thing with this, and this will be the case, again, in the expansion, this was specifically mentioned, this will be able to craft modules. And why is this huge? Well, this is huge because in vanilla, like now, it's impossible to get productivity on modules without crazy modding, right? But in 2.0, and what this simulates is you can get 50% productivity bonus when making modules, which is so good. And then obviously you can speed it. You cannot put productivity modules in this because you still can't productivity module non-intermediates, but the fact this just has an inherent bonus is pretty awesome. Right now, so I'm just going to demonstrate here. This can also make a few other things. So if I take one and open it up, it can make, and this is what was mentioned in the Friday Facts, there is going to be a few more things. The devs only specifically mentioned these modules. It can make itself. It can make accumulators, solar panels, power poles of all kinds, and wire and circuits, which is pretty interesting. I think the Foundry can also make wire, so really I think it'd probably be about the same thing as using this in a Foundry, but you can make the circuits too. So I'm going to show a few examples. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this inserter on so this can get making, and you can see, boom, we are getting productivity when making modules. And then we can speed it, and we can even beacon it too if we want. But the main thing is, you get basically a free module every 2 crafts, which is huge, especially when you consider through all the steps, right? Because you make level 1s and 2s and then 3s, and this isn't even counting like the quality bonus. This would be faster, maybe more module slots, etc. And then I just have another example here with circuits. So this one, obviously circuits you can productivity, and this one I'm just going to show you how insane this would be. And again, this isn't even counting the quality aspect, right? Because that you could have quality EMP plants in the expansion, or using janky quality. But even without that, when I go ahead and do this, this is supposed to be wire. I'm a dum-dum. There we go. Like, this literally cannot even insert fast enough. And I do have all things. So, this is just crazy. We're getting 100% productivity bonus and craft speed of 8.5. And then this, you could even 12 beacon it. But anyway, so there's that. So to make these things, it's fairly expensive. You do need 50 steel, 30 processing units, 20 refined concrete, and 5 productivity modules, as well as 20 loops. So I'd say this is fairly balanced. Like, this is really powerful, but it is quite expensive and stuff. And if you want to make these in mass, you do need to be making prod 3 modules, obviously, before you would be able to get productivity from them, because you would need these. And then lastly, the actual research for it was not mentioned what you would need specifically in the expansion, but it will require you going to another planet. But in this mod, it is just 1,000 red, green, blue. I would honestly say it would make sense to have either purple or yellow in here as well. Purple is, productivity science. That makes sense. But honestly, yellow is like high tech too, which would make sense. But I think maybe adding one more science pack would balance that a little bit. And then for settings, there are none. It's just, it is what it is. But yeah, if you're interested in kind of simulating what you could maybe do with this, builds you could make, a playthrough with it, I would definitely recommend grabbing it. There's a link in the description, as always, to the mod portal page where you can get it. And then also there is a Foundry mod made by the same person that you can check out by just clicking on their profile on the mod page. And I will spotlight it probably once it's just a little bit closer to being complete. But thank you all so much for watching. As always, I do really appreciate it. If you have any questions, thoughts, leave them below. If you did enjoy, a like is appreciated. And if you're new, welcome, and feel free to subscribe to keep up with all future content if you are not subscribed already. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.